This is not a drill for HBar. We have seen the price rallying around 16% in just the last 3 days. I think something insane is going to happen, and HBar is not going to stop anytime soon. Given what is happening to Bitcoin, I'm going to show you the exact chart analysis as well as market sentiment analysis that's showing me what is happening right now. So hit the like button and let's dive into this HBar video. Now, deep breath, guys. It's been a very tough few months. Couple of months at least in crypto, and if you've been stuck with me on this channel, I really appreciate your support, but you would have benefited along with me because you would have been buying HBar down in this buy zone knowing pretty much 100% that we were going to turn around, and you're up 22% right now. Do I have proof of that? Well guys, I've showed you in multiple HBar videos that I've made recently that if we get into a buy zone that we have a very high chance of bouncing. Now, I identified before this being a probable buy zone. I told you that if we find big candles, it shows big money buying, and big money will always buy from the same zones. We come down, we touch nearly through here, then we get into this buy zone, and look, the buy zone failed. I told you though, if a buy zone fails, it's going to go to the next buy zone, then we've got an even bigger chance of it bouncing. So what we do is we come down and we find a sideways action moment where we then have this small candle, and then from there we get another big push. So this was the next buy zone, okay? And told you that there was a good chance that we would see HBar bouncing in this buy zone. And then we got the confirmation candle. This big wick, which hopefully you can see, it's a bit dark, towards the downside, showed me that we were going to get likely a reversal. And I was buying HBar down here, which enabled me to get my 20%, 22% plus already. Now, where is HBar going? Well, before we look at that, let's understand what's going on with Bitcoin and what is driving the market. Now, as you look at crypto bubbles, guys, you know that Bitcoin is driving this market, okay? Bitcoin's well up. Everything goes up when Bitcoin goes up. This is the last week in the top 100. And with the exception of BTT, pretty much everything is up. Everything is having a glorious week. Pepe up 70%. Still don't want to buy it though. What we can see, coming back to the charts, is some very interesting things. Now, as we look into this Bitcoin chart, some very significant things have happened. Over in the technical analysis, part of my Inner Circle Discord, which is linked down below, I have labeled Bitcoin as having a buy zone here on the 6th of June, telling you that if it got into this area, we would bounce. I then shared this picture with you on the 9th of June, showing again that we got down, we bounced, and that this was what was likely going to happen. Therefore, I was saying that as the markets were filling with fear because of the SEC, this is probably the most perfect setup. If it fails, then we make a loss, but you know, this is probably the most obvious move if you forget about what the SEC is saying. Therefore, I was buying, and everyone else was identifying buy zones. I then talked people through what buy zones were, and then we actually managed to cash in. And this is AGIX. Look at the buy zone we had here. You can see that from the AGIX buy zone, we bounced a whopping 28%. Ocean Protocol from here bounced around 29%. And you can see the list goes on. I shared basically all the ones that I thought were going to be bouncing in buy zones over in the Inner Circle Discord. So for just $9.99 per month, you could probably have made a significant amount more money if you'd been following me over there. Now, this isn't to show you what a legend I am at trading, even though I've been pretty good in the last few days. And you should definitely be subscribed, guys, because I'll keep you up to date with what's going on. But it's to show you that the technical analysis is the most important thing. The news is there to kind of create a sentiment in a market. So the SEC stuff was to encourage you all to sell, to get you scared so that you sold, to make cheap Bitcoin available for the big money. And then, lo and behold, we get the next few days, suddenly Bitcoin ETF comes out of BlackRock, Fidelity. Suddenly we get all that news about the IMF using Ripple or XLM. Suddenly all that SEC stuff has kind of like quietly withered away. Shock, okay? Price then does this. Bitcoin booms so aggressively. But it was so obvious if you just looked at the TA, okay, the technical analysis. And I love it, guys. Not because I'm a nerd, but I love it, guys. It's so satisfying to work out what's going on, and you can't, and it's so important that you learn how to use technical analysis. So here we can see a shoulder, a head, and another shoulder. This is an inverse head and shoulder pattern, which we have an example of here. Now, the price target for this, we take from the neckline, we drop down to the head height, we drop it up to the neckline, and it brings us our price target all the way up here. Sat at what, like $33,500. Now we then have this kind of like rising, broadening wedge. Within that, we get this narrowing, falling wedge. Price target for this, we take from the height of this target down to the bottom of this target. We bring it to a breakout area, and it comes up to here. Now what I want to do is show you something significant. Horizontal line. Look, I'm going to drop it across. Both these price targets are in exactly the same height, okay? This is very exciting, okay? Here you can see we have our head and shoulders target here, and then on the other side we have our break from the falling wedge. Now, what else is significant? What else can we use? We've got a Fibonacci retracement. So let's bring it to the bodies at the top of this breakout. Drop it down to the body. I don't mean the candle wick, the body. And it comes to 1.618 golden ratio, which is up here, okay? Just above it, the Fibonacci number. And you can see sat around this area. So Bitcoin is pretty much, in my books, 100% going to be visiting this area very, very soon. Minimum 10%, could be around 11, 12%. So what does that mean for HBar? Let's have a deep breath, because it's been an exciting morning, okay? We're all very excited. I know. Let's look at HBar. If Bitcoin is pushing up around 10 to 20%, we're going to see HBar pushing up 20 to 30%, in my opinion. So what does that look like from where we are here? Well, we are going to arrive into a little area of resistance soon, around 3% up, but it's not going to stop there, guys. 100% it's going to go to this next level, okay? And that next level of resistance sits here, which is a whopping 25%. And you're like, okay, I must panic buy HBar. Stop, stop, stop. Hold your horses. How many times do I tell you not to buy those big green candles? If you get big green candles, you get big red ones, or in this case, big white ones. Don't want to be buying big green candles. We need to wait for, guess what? A buy zone. How do I need to wait for a buy zone? Well, now I want to draw your attention to this, because you're like, oh, I won't get a buy zone. Look at this. Big green pattern. These are daily chart. If you were not buying here and you were waiting for a buy zone, it might never have happened. I understand. But look, you get a buy zone here, and then we get here. But I get it. You're probably thinking, well, we might not get another chance. So what I can do is zoom into a 4-hour, which is a smaller time frame, obviously. And this is not really giving me much information. But we can just see what happens on the way up. We get these areas, these sideways areas. Here's one. And we'll probably get another little one above. And just watch it. Like, eventually, just keep watching it, okay? Every time it pumps, even if it pumps, do not panic buy. Do not panic buy one of those big candles. Soon, you're going to get a big candle, and then it's going to come back to maybe a buy zone we've identified, and then it's just going to do this. And then you can buy in that buy zone, okay? What we're looking for is a candle that looks like this, with a wick towards the downside, shows me that it's being bought, and then I can just buy with it, okay? And that's a much better place to buy. Don't buy these guys, because it just ruins you. It's such a bad habit, and it's going to ruin you, whether in this crypto, whether in another, okay? You might miss out on a few dollars here and there if you don't pull your trigger straight away, but it doesn't matter. You're training yourself to be a disciplined ninja at trading. You're not training yourself to be some guy who's just chasing the dopamine, who wants to jump in on whatever quick and easy candles you can get in on. You need to slow down. So, hope that makes sense. Wait for a pullback in HBar, then you can get in. And if you don't know how to identify these buy zones still, I'm going to be making a tutorial on those buy zones today, and I'm going to put it in my Inner Circle Discord, $9.99, in the description, as well as that, you know, trading signals, so much more going on in that group. Every day I'm giving a trading signal for KuCoin, what I'm buying in there. The guys are loving it in there, guys, so don't miss out on that. Price will not be at $10 forever. It will be, however, if you lock it in, so don't miss out on locking in that price. Okay, enough said. HBar is obviously going to go back to all-time highs at some point, right? No brainer, guys. No brainer. Is it going to happen this year? Is it going to happen next year? Doesn't matter, okay? It's going to happen at some point. So from here to all-time highs, you're like, oh, well, you know, it's going to go to 962%, 9x. And you're like, oh, well, HBar's going to be worth $100 in the future. It's $10 or whatever. Guys, you need to think about this, right? Let's think realistically about what can happen to HBar. Now, back in there, when we had 50 cents per HBar, the market cap was what? $6.13 billion. I want to draw your attention to Ethereum, another layer one. And I know you're like, oh, HBar is way better than Ethereum. Guys, relax. It's not about that, okay? Ethereum is going to be bigger than HBar for a considerable amount more time. Whether that's right or wrong, I'm not here to discuss with you, okay? Let's look at Ethereum back in the bull market. And I don't mean the bull market where it hit a market cap of $558 billion. HBar is not going to hit $558 billion market cap in the next bull market. But it could potentially hit the $125 billion market cap that Ethereum hit. And then maybe in the bull market that comes in like 2030 or whenever it's supposed to be, then we can name things like that. But right now, you're looking what? Ethereum, $125 billion. Let's jump back to HBar. What is the market cap of today? There we are, $1.43 billion, $1.4 billion. Let's say roughly, and I know this is a rough estimation, that the market cap of Ethereum during the bull market in 2017 was around 100 times bigger than what HBar is at right now. Big news. Can HBar do 100x? I think it can. I think it can. What it looks like at 100x is something like this. And you can see, then we're looking up towards our 100x there, $4.9, $5. Is it possible? I think it could be, guys, but you're going to need something insane to happen for that to happen, okay? There's no guarantee, and if it does happen, then we're laughing. And that's your 100x, okay? 10,000%. So we can see 10,000%, which is 100x. Massive, massive money. 100x means that if you're putting in $10, you're going to leave with $1,000. If you're putting in $100, you're going to leave with like $10,000. Okay, stop doing that, right? We're not going to do that. If you're going to put in $1,000, it's going to go to $100,000. Stop speculating like that, okay? It's going to ruin you, okay? We need to have a plan, and we need to go bit by bit, okay? I'm going to buy into HBar right now with a few dollars that I've pre-estimated that I want to use. Say I've got a spare $100 at the end of the month, and I want to buy into 5 different coins. I'm going to put in like $20 into each. Put $20 into HBar, $20 into something else. And you can get sniper accurate if you start to do some chart analysis. Fine, okay? But HBar has a big upside potential. Even if it goes to $1, like a casual dollar, HBar from now is looking great for what, 30x. 30x is just insane, guys. Insanely big returns. I don't think people understand how big a 30x is. $1,000 into $30,000. That's like an average wage in the UK, I think, like £24,000, which I think is around $30,000. I mean, might be a little bit wrong, but that's massive money from just like $1,000. Now, it's not guaranteed. It could be wrong. Go away and do your own research, not financial advice, all that good stuff. Right, if you are buying HBar right now, or you're buying any crypto, and you're doing it on things like Coinbase or any other massive exchange, and I get it, many of my viewers are in America, and America right now looks a bit worrying when it comes to SEC investigating crypto and what's going on. I get it, okay? So do yourself a favor, go across to NordVPN. It's linked down below in the description. For the price of a cup of coffee, you can get yourself the world's best VPN, which is going to allow you to buy crypto in different locations. You can get yourself a BitGet account. You can get yourself a KuCoin account. You can get whatever outside of the US. And then you can buy cryptocurrency for cheap rather than having insane fees on Coinbase. And not only that, it's going to protect you from malware. It's going to protect you from trackers and ad blockers. It's going to protect you as you trade crypto. It means that you're not likely to get hacked using this VPN. It's going to keep your crypto safe. So the thousands and thousands of dollars you've got in crypto, potentially, it's going to be kept safe by the price of a cup of coffee. And you get a 30-day free trial if you use the link down below in the description. And you can sign up, guys. No brainer. It's an exclusive link that I've got. Using this link down below, guys, is going to save you a ton of money. It's like 60% off or something. So make sure you're using that link if you want to save using this. You can also access Netflix in different countries, which means you then get more movies and more TV shows. Absolute great life hack for those Netflix bingers out there. Guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, you absolutely should be. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.